I just noticed a few weeks ago that I have something I was making all the time. It was making all my sounds with one sound and sometimes with no sound. It means I made a full track like with a silence recording,
Cool.
a digital silence, not like a silence in a room where you have background noise. No, just a digital. Basically, no microphone plugged into the interface. And so I love taking one sound and just like taking it to, I don't know, like transform until it's completely something else. And also, what I love is just the music itself, which is, I think, most of it based on theme and variation. So the thing is, you can really go really far with just one drum loop if you play with audio loops, and maybe sometimes you can run into like a beautiful drum loop, but it's all that you have for your song. But it kind of doesn't work because you cannot make a whole song with the same audio loop repeating the same thing, especially when it's a 2-bar drum loop. I mean, after like one verse and maybe one chorus, like, okay, yeah, we get it. And the thing we have to think when we produce music on a computer is to humanize it a bit. And humanize things means variation all the time. And a great way to achieve that with a simple way in life with a drum loop is to use the automation envelopes and to unlink them from their original length. So you can have like endless variation of the same thing. And the one I wanted to show today, but the sound doesn't work on in live right now. It was I'm a really huge fan of not all, but a few algorithms of warp. So for this one, I would use beats. I love trying, multiply per 2, divide per 2 to have just another beat, another rhythm, another speed, in fact. And then you have like, you can automate sample offsets. So it means you can a bit reorganize the time, the events over the time. So that's a great one to delink. I don't know if I'm clear, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Unlink the envelope of the sample offsets and try random things. Take the pen, try random values, and just record, resample, and then you will have endless choices of variation of the very first drum loop. So no boring things, no boring song anymore.
Right.
And you can have fun. I mean, this is just one automation, but you can just add transposition, little transposition, unlink the envelope as well, plus the sample offset. You can already have crazy things going, and then you can automate, I don't know, anything. You can add some racks, add some effects, and make things move. That's the movement in electronic music, in music made with a computer, is something like an obsession for me. Like, always think about, even if it's in the detail, because at the end, it's how you recognize a really good music producer. It's not to use the difference. That's just a ton of little details. But when you add all the details up and up and up and up, that makes that huge difference. And making some tiny variation even if we're not able to tell, even if the listeners are not like, wow, have you heard how the hi-hats move all the time? No, nobody's gonna say that, okay? Unless there is a critical music critical listening course in a school, and if you're lucky to be in the songs they listen to, but nobody's gonna say that. But it affects the brain and the way you listen to music. So our brain needs movement, needs things to not getting bored, and that's how you keep your listener attention. So movement, tiny variation.
That's great. I love
it. The same way that, when you look at a good drummer, you can like stare at him because you don't know what he's gonna do the next second. It's like always like little things, and it's especially true with drums because there are a lot of instruments in a drum, and because they are making variation all the time. Just bring the chorus, like go back to a good drummer. So yeah, velocity, play with the grid,